Coming up on News Live at 6, an entirely student-run film festival will recognize student storytelling talents.
Plus, how a new greenhouse project aims to fix an issue at its roots.
And the U.S. says the Strait of Hormuz is open and gas prices may be dipping as its blockade continues. News Live at 6 starts right now.
Tomorrow, Orange Reel's Film Festival will be showcasing student filmmakers here on campus. Welcome into News Live at 6. I'm Jackson Breslin.
And I'm Elizabeth Gottlieb. Our Sophia McVig tells us what students should expect going into this event.
Tomorrow, Orange Reel's Film Festival is collaborating with the Center for the Creator Economy for their annual film festival in the Herg Auditorium. The director of the organization and the co-producer told me about the work that goes into putting on this event.
We have been meeting on a daily basis. All different teams have. Me personally, alongside the events committee, I meet weekly, like every Wednesday, with the Center for Creator Economy, who's our co-sponsor for the event. I would say we're excited, honestly, about all of them. I'm really excited to see a specific music video that was submitted, just because it's a newer category that we opened up this year, and it's a growing space. So I think it's going to be really exciting to see the audience's reaction, as well as our e-board and everyone who's been involved to see the music video being aired.
The festival showcases films from Syracuse University and SUNY ESF undergrads, but it's not just for film students.
Well, if you like to go to the movie theaters, if you like to watch movies while you're at home, if you like putting on a TV show, then you'll like this.
There will be 10 different student films shown at the event. Some of these filmmakers told me about how they brought their story to life.
This film is about trust, specifically actually the dangers, potential dangers that come with trusting others.
Biggest challenge was definitely it took place all at night in the woods. And so they were all overnight shoots, starting at about 4 or 5 p.m., getting gear in and out to start setting up and waiting for the sun to set. We had a campfire going on pretty much every single day, all the time.
We had an on-set pyrotechnician just constantly keeping that fire alive for 4 days.
But despite these challenges, the two are very excited about the festival, and so are Perez and Altimani.
Come support student filmmakers tomorrow here at the Erg Auditorium from 6 to 8 p.m.
We'll have light refreshments, some popcorn and Coca-Cola, and then we'll watch all the films, followed by an award ceremony.
Sophia McVig, CitrusTV News.
Well, back on campus, following the announcement of Kent Severud's cancer diagnosis on Wednesday, Chancellor-elect Mike Haney took over all leadership responsibilities of the university. In an email to the university community yesterday night, he offered his support to Severud, saying, quote, "Your words yesterday were a testament to everything that makes you a leader worth following. This community is grateful and we are all behind you." Haney says in the coming weeks ahead, he will be, quote, listening, learning, and showing up. If you'd like to share a message with Chancellor Severud and his wife, Dr. Ruth Chen, you can visit the website link seen on your screen.
Applications for appointed positions in the Student Government Association's 70th session close tonight at midnight. SGA says the positions offer opportunities for students in a variety of majors, which includes public relations, academic affairs, and government affairs. Students also have the option to apply for the Finance Board, which also has a midnight deadline.
As part of Disability Awareness Month, SU is hosting a wheelchair basketball tournament tomorrow at 1:30 in the Barnes Center. The Pan-Hellenic sororities and fraternities on campus will have teams competing alongside CNY Adaptive Sports. The event is free for all viewers, and SU is continuing to hold events through the rest of April.
Looking for some fine dining this week? For Drumlin's Country Club's 100th birthday, the venue will serve 1920s themed dishes and drinks. The Centennial menu will be available at the bistro starting tomorrow up until next Saturday. Items include deviled eggs, chicken a la king, clams casino, and pineapple upside down cake. To make a reservation, visit the Drumlin's website.
Well, Elizabeth, I hate to break it to you, but we're only going to be on Friday News Live at 6 for one more week.
Wow.
But you know what's good? We've had so much weather luck recently. It's been so nice out. And once again, it was a great day today.
I really can't complain. The last 4 weeks now, we have had consistently good weather on Fridays, so I feel like it's kind of like our good luck charm.
And maybe that good luck charm is Drew Matyasik. Drew, I know that you're outside. Tell us a little bit about what the weather is looking like at the moment.
Yeah, I said it last week. I think I am the good luck charm because for the last few weeks, it has been amazing temperatures, amazing weather out here. It has constantly been sunny, which is something you don't get a lot of in Syracuse. And today, we got that warmth associated with it. It's a nice, beautiful 70 degrees outside. The sun is just coming right down on the back of my neck. I feel like I need sunscreen. That's how powerful it is right now. We had some overcast earlier in the day, but those clouds have parted and we now have the sun out, and it will continue like that into tomorrow, where it's supposed to get back up to 80 degrees tomorrow with the sun out until the end of the night, when we're going to get some rain, and then that's going to bring those colder temperatures back in. And then we're going to get a little snap back to reality for what temperatures really should be in April. But needless to say, it was an awesome week to enjoy these really warm temperatures, guys.
Drew, I love to hear that good news, but as Earth Day approaches, so does the growing season for farmers. One organization is planning to build greenhouses to help grow fresh produce.
Our Fiona McHugh tells us how these greenhouses could address a major problem in the city.
A few miles outside the city of Syracuse, it's a whole different world. A new Greenhouse 12 project plans to build 12 educational greenhouses around Syracuse that are windows into the farm-grown lifestyles that many don't have access to.
You know, our goal is to actually maybe, turn the tides on that and having more and more people interested in growing their own fresh produce and being a little more self-sufficient.
That's where Matthew 25 Farms comes in, a farm that gives 100% of its produce to food pantries across central New York.
We're here for technical expertise as well. We've got a plethora of information that we can share with Jeff and his organization.
In a city with widespread food accessibility issues, the organizations aim to help people solve the problem at its roots.
Every community should be considering, can we have a garden locally?
Their goal isn't just to build greenhouses. It's also to encourage the next generation to learn about the process of healthy food.
Teaching kids how to grow their own fresh produce gives them a little more incentive to eat better.
The Greenhouse 12 project will help teach kids how to plant, grow, harvest, and prepare fresh produce for healthier meals. Stadelman works in the school district and sees firsthand how little kids know about nutrition, recalling one student's lunch that inspired him to take action.
And she had this tube of yogurt that is just processed food full of sugar, and it said strawberry on it, so she thought she was eating healthy, and I don't think she really grasped the idea of eating healthy.
Stadelman says the first of 12 greenhouses is set to open sometime this year. Reporting in Tully, Fiona McHugh, CitrusTV News.
Fiona, thank you. The New York State Department of Environmental Conservation is buying nearly 700 acres of land upstate. The land was purchased for more than $2 million from the Nature Conservancy through the New York State Environmental Protection Fund. The purchase grows the northern side of the East Otto State Forest in an effort to preserve nature space and protect the watershed. DEC Commissioner Amanda Lefton says, quote, improving forest health is essential for safeguarding water quality, habitat, and opportunities for recreation.
Lieutenant Michael Husak and Officer Michael Jensen are being honored by the Cadillac Whalen Racing Program's annual tribute car during the upcoming Acura Grand Prix. Husak's and Jensen's names are part of 365 fallen officers whose names will be etched on the car. This is a part of a collaboration between Cadillac Whalen and the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial.
Well, with the first phase of traffic changes around the University Hill area starting this week, some drivers are reporting major delays. This all comes as the I-81 viaduct project starts construction of a new roundabout at Van Buren Street.
The closure of parts of Van Buren and Almond Street is affecting traffic around the JMA Wireless Dome and Upstate Medical University. Construction around Van Buren Street is expected to last until November.
Well, new changes are coming to the vacant spots in the Equitable Towers in downtown Syracuse. Local investors bought the space in hopes of transforming it into a mix of modern office spaces along with luxury apartments.
The group, led by Myers Creek Brewery, is calling itself Syracuse Towers and is planning to spend tens of millions of dollars into rebuilding the 21-story building. The rest of the East Tower and all of the West Tower will remain office space, but upgrades to their mechanical systems and common areas are expected.
Governor Kathy Hochul is introducing a proposal to prohibit law enforcement officers of all levels from wearing face coverings. This proposal would ensure officers cannot conceal their identities while interacting with the public. Hochul's Local Cops, Local Crimes Act also intends to prohibit local agencies from making deals with U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. This expanded plan would consider public places sensitive locations where deportation could not occur without a judicial warrant. Negotiations of these provisions are still ongoing.
New York is set to lose about $73 million in federal funding. That's because the Transportation Department says New York has not revoked almost 33,000 commercial driver's licenses of immigrants. An audit last year showed licenses being used after they were expired. Although most states have complied with revoking the licenses, others like North Carolina and Pennsylvania have been warned about losing the same funding as New York.
Well, coming up after the break, results are in for the New Jersey special election to fill Governor Mikey Sherrill's House seat.
And RFK Jr. is facing backlash for plans to decrease the budget of 2 House committees. What was discussed at today's hearings when your campus news leader returns.
Hi, my name is Sadie Miller.
My name is Luke Brady. I go by St. Luke.
So this one I started with this guitar lick.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice, single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Back to News Live at 6. It's been an expensive few weeks for drivers globally as oil prices skyrocketed. A key waterway right next to Iran, closed during the Middle East conflict, sent chaos into the worldwide oil market.
But as of today, leaders from Iran and the United States say the Strait of Hormuz is open and benefits may be coming soon. Our Alex Breslin joins us in studio. Alex, what effect does this opening have?
Yeah, guys, it's kind of crazy the impact that this small waterway can have on the entire world. It's not the first time it's made an impact. The world's most important oil choke point wreaking havoc over the past couple weeks. But as of this morning, it may be completely open. Now, take that with a grain of salt. There's conflicting reports on how much of the waterway actually is open for ships. But the one thing that will matter to much of the world is the gas prices. For the first time in a long time, there's actually some good news with the opening. Both the global benchmarks, Brent futures, and the U.S. benchmark, West Texas Intermediate, dropped drastically. Keep in mind, both of these numbers went over $100 recently. That sent gas prices towering over $4 a gallon throughout most of the United States. But that could be changing. Track It Out Gas Buddy says as soon as this weekend, the price per gallon could start with a 3, even though it may take longer for prices to return to complete normal. Of course, we'll have to take a look at how much oil actually is flowing through the strait. Traffic from earlier today, slower than normal, but it has picked up from the recent weeks. On average, 20 million barrels a day pass through the Strait of Hormuz. Now, this isn't a complete solution. There's still a U.S. naval blockade, and the opening reportedly is only for commercial ships. It's a step in the right direction, but hinges greatly on a pair of ceasefires. This was only lifted because Israel and Lebanon reached a 10-day ceasefire to limit fighting in the region, and of course the U.S. and Iran currently hold a 14-day ceasefire that's set to expire next week. The strait staying open likely hinges on those two deals. Guys?
Well, Alex, thank you. Democrat candidate Analilia Mejia won the special election to fill the vacant congressional seat in New Jersey's 11th district. Mejia is assuming the role that had been held by now Governor Mikey Sherrill.
Mejia gained 59.5% of the votes, defeating Republican candidate Joe Hathaway. This win shrinks the Republican majority in the House, now with 217 Republicans and 214 Democrats.
On to the latest in Congress, where U.S. Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is facing backlash following meetings with 2 House committees. Both hearings focused on the potential budget for the Department of Health and Human Services for next year. Kennedy is hoping to decrease the budget by nearly $16 billion.
RFK also says he plans to consolidate agencies with HHS to strengthen the focus on disease prevention. At the hearings, lawmakers commented on RFK's behavior while in this position, including his remarks on Tylenol causing autism.
Mr. Kennedy, not long ago, any of these claims would have been disqualifying for someone in your position, especially given a lack of scientific or medical training on your part. These would have prompted dismissal, and we would have dismissed these statements as ridiculous and unverified theories. But in this
And Representative John Manning was one of many Democrats questioning RFK on his actions. Main topics of discussion from other House members included task forces, measles cases, and proposed staffing cuts.
And I've already told you about the weather today, but what's it going to look like next week? Stick around after the break to find out.
I see you mobbing over her. Let's go. Let's mob. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, we mobbing. Come on, girl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl.
1 in 3 adults has pre-diabetes. That means it could be you, your favorite brother, your other brother, you, your football buddy, your football buddy, you, your plumber,
Breathe right into your foot.
your plumber's masseuse,
Yes.
you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. With early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? My. Oh.
Welcome back to News Live at 6. We'll get to Drew in just a second, but Trader Joe's will settle claims for violating the Fair and Accurate Credit Transaction Act. The chain is facing a $7.4 million class action lawsuit for printing sales receipts with sensitive financial information.
Plaintiff Brian Keem said when he used his Visa debit card at a Palm Beach, Florida location, the receipt contained more than half of his card's numbers. Under FACTA, businesses are prohibited from printing over 5 digits on a person's card. Although Trader Joe's denies wrongdoing, they will settle the lawsuit to avoid, quote, risk and cost.
And now as we look at the weather for today, right now it's down to about 64 degrees. It feels like it's warmer outside. I don't think I'm right on that, but if you're out in that sun, it's really beating down on you. You are going to feel that heat. The sun finally came through, as I said. As we look into tonight, 57 degrees. Temperatures are going to stay calm because as we go into tomorrow morning, which we'll get to a little later, the temperatures are going to warm up. And I'll say this, it's because it's going to get up to nearly 80 degrees tomorrow. High of 76, low of 50. Those temperatures are looking great. Sunday it comes back down. Great day to stay inside and not do much because it's going to be 60 and rainy. Goes back down to the 40s on Monday. There could be a small chance for snow. So you're going from 80 degrees to snow, the most average Syracuse weather that you can have. And then Tuesday it's going to start picking right back up again to where you can wear shorts. And what other way to spend your Sunday night than watching the Sabres playoff game? You can stay inside because it's going to be a little bit yucky out there. For the first time in nearly 16 years, they won the Atlantic Division. I'm a huge Sabres fan. I know. I'm very excited for it. I brought them on weather many, many times before. I go to all the games. We have a flex season pass to all the games. So I will be, and I recommend you all do the same. Sit in your house and watch that playoff game against the Boston Bruins on Sunday. But I'm not here to talk to you about sports. I'm going to let Milo talk to you about sports now. Milo?
Well, thank you so much, Drew. Yeah, the Sabres breaking the longest playoff drought in NHL history. Plus, Syracuse women's lacrosse wrapped up their season yesterday, and Joey Spallina on the verge of history inside the Dome tomorrow. All that and more coming up after this break.
Meet Norm. He lives with anxiety, but with the help of this latest innovation from Be Normal, he can be normal, just like everyone else. With the swipe of a finger, you can project happiness, confidence, machismo. Why settle for being real when you can be normal? The Normal Maker, new from Be Normal. This item doesn't really work because there's no such thing as normal. We're all different. What we like, how our brains work. In fact, 1 in 5 of us live with mental illness. Don't filter who you are. Start by talking to someone you trust. And remember, there is no normal.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Oh, it's the best time of year in sports. Regular season's coming to a close, and postseason play is right around the corner. Welcome into sports, everyone. I'm Milo Hoffman. Syracuse women's lacrosse took a 12-game win streak into a battle with Boston College yesterday. SU's been the hottest team on the Hill ever since starting the season 0-3. So could they keep it going down in Chestnut Hill? Well, why don't we just find out? SU has lost 8 straight to BC, so you know it's going to be a tough one. And it was the Eagles who got the action started over in Boston College. That's Marissa White to make it 1-0 BC early on in the first quarter. Flash forward a couple of minutes, though, into the second frame. Mackenzie Rich for Syracuse cuts BC's lead to just 3-2. SU, like I said, the hottest team on the Hill. 12 straight wins, a big reason why. Molly Guzik, she's their leading goal scorer, gets that one to go, but SU still trails right in front of the cage. Julia Calaruso makes it 6-4 Boston College, and she did it again for the hat trick. Calaruso had herself a day. They just can't beat Boston College. I mean, 5 years later, yeah, that's exactly right. Now 9 straight losses to the Eagles, and Syracuse goes into postseason play with a loss after winning 12 straight games. I mean, you talk about momentum. It's their lowest goal total of the season, just 4 goals, and yet you can't save the day. Daniela Gayet had herself a pretty good performance, just 7 goals allowed. That's under, obviously, single digits, but Boston College just got the absolute best of Syracuse once again. So I talked about the ACC tournament. Next Wednesday, Syracuse is set to take on Virginia, and this is a rematch of early on in the season. SU took down the Cavaliers 6-5. But just 6-5. It was a very slim margin. Molly Guzik had 3 points in that game, and SU caused so many turnovers against the Cavaliers. That was over in Virginia. This time around, they'll be down in Charlotte in the ACC tournament, so it's sure to be a good one. Well, we go from the women's team to the men's. SU battles Colgate tomorrow, and the Orange try to make it back-to-back wins after its loss to North Carolina a few weeks ago. That was a bad loss. Jimmy McCool got benched. But now Colgate is under 500. Syracuse tries to win their penultimate regular season game, 10-3 versus 5-6. But don't let the records deceive you. The Raiders have won 4 straight. Syracuse trying to make it back-to-back wins. It's senior day. SU has dominated Colgate in the past. But one of the big storylines in this game is Joey Spallina. He's 2 points away from breaking the all-time points record at Syracuse. Right now, Mike Powell holds it, but Spallina is expected to jump to the top. And like I said, he just needs 2 points. 4 years ago, he was the #1 recruit in the class and had expectations through the roof, but now he's close to being a part of forever here at Syracuse, and he's just been absolutely unbelievable. So many expectations for Joey. You flash forward 4 years, he just got drafted into the PLL 3rd overall. That's the highest any Syracuse player has ever been taken in that draft. A total of 5 players for Syracuse got taken in that draft, but Joey Spallina was at the top of the list. Truly a spectacular career in Orange, and he tries to cap it off with a national championship come the end of the season. All right, guys, back to you guys.
Milo will have to wait and see if that happens, but stick around because after the break, we'll have one last look at your wake-up weather.
Don't go anywhere.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
You've messed up your son's haircut.
Mom?
Do you A, try to fix it?
Like it never happened.
B, work with what you got? Or C, show solidarity?
Thank you, baby.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Fancy pants peanut butter? A big screen television? You haven't even bought a sofa yet. A motorcycle? When your father finds out, he's gonna flip his shoes with 2 buckles? What do you even need 2 buckles for? Mr. Big Shot, buying whiskey shots for everybody in the bar. From the looks of it, I'd say nobody even remembers. Feed the pig.
Welcome back into Live at 6. When you wake up in the morning, it's going to feel a lot like it does right now. 64 degrees, the sun is going to be shining bright, and hey, you're going to be able to enjoy 80-degree temperatures alongside it. I know me, I am going to go golfing.
Well, I've got some questions for all of you, and I want to know if you love Wingstop, because I know I do. But soon you can stop missing your favorite chicken joint because it's officially opening in Camillus on Monday. The restaurant will open at 10:30 in the shopping plaza on West Genesee Street.
The chain serves chicken tenders and sandwiches in 12 flavors, along with seasoned fries with homemade ranch. According to employees, the Camillus store will be hosting an event today for first responders.
I am so excited. I don't know about you guys, but I am going to be there first thing when it opens, and I'm going to be right in line because we have Buffalo Wild Wings. Like, we have wing places, but there's just something about Wingstop that I love.
Look, I do love wings, but I could not tell you the last time I went to a Wingstop.
I've only had it once, but that experience was so good.
It's been a while, but very excited as well.
Well, Drew.
Well, so you
Drew,
guys have
when
been
we went
talking
to get
about
to you.
great experiences with Wingstop. I have had. You know what? I'm gonna maybe not go all out on this. I don't like Wingstop. I'm not a big Wingstop fan. Their fries, their fries are pretty good. The wings itself, not a big fan. Not a big fan. They had terrible service when I went. Not a Wingstop fan. Won't be going.
We'll save some fries for you when we go, Drew. But that's Citrus TV News live at 6 for this Friday.
Don't forget, you can follow us on X and Instagram at CitrusTV News. Now, for the entire Citrus TV News team, I'm Elizabeth Gottlieb.
And I'm Jackson Breslin. Have a great night, Syracuse.